Well, I've mentioned Krita several times, and I thought it's about time I showed what this program really is. The one outstanding thing I keep saying about it is the brushes, and if you look here, look at this choice of brushes. Unbelievable. It's an unbelievable choice of brushes. Now I am using the tablet, so it's pressure sensitive to me. But let's hit this for example. We'll hit this brush here. We'll pick a color. We'll go over here and say we'll get a red. And I make a line with it. It starts real light. Then the harder I press, the bigger it gets. Now, this line can actually be stabilized. I've got it stabilized, so the little bit of shake I have in my hand doesn't even show with it. That's all controlled down here with the tool options. Here's the stabilizer, here's the range of pixels, and you can use the stabilizer or you don't have to. But it sure can smooth out something like if you want to draw a vine, to make it look like a very, very smooth looking effect. And I gotta admit, I'm a little bit shakier than this. It just doesn't come out without the stabilizer. It's a fantastic program. It really is a fantastic program. And it's free. That's what the whole thing is, free. It's it's open source. And here we got one brush here. Here's another one. I think this brush here's the pressure sensitivity will be the opacity. If I press light, and then the harder the darker it gets. Not only does it get thin, but it gets more opaque. And here's another one. We'll go through several of these and look at them. Then for painting, then if you want to paint. Now it has there's another feature. If you're using a pen, if you right click that pen, it brings you a menu up. And that menu, you can pick the brush you want to use and use it from the menu. And there's the size of the brush. And see, that's adjustable right here. You don't have to use the open and close brackets. You can use this right here. And of course the opacity. The lower the number, the less visible it is. Oh, and what else? Here we go. Let's take a look at another one. And these brushes, I've got all of them listed. If you see up here, it's all. You can actually say, I want to see only erasers. There's the erasers you have. You have a large eraser, a large area eraser, and you have a one that comes out to a point as pressure is applied. And this is kind of a smearing eraser here. Let's go to ink. Look at the ink brushes. And if we do this up here in black, then there's patterns, dot patterns to fill in with, and of course it's the same thing, the different colors you can do them in. What you notice in here is if you take this opacity and take it down, by going over and over, the dots stay in the same position. They just get darker. Sometimes some programs you see where those dots aren't always the same spot. This is always the same spot. And there's a little splatter pattern I put in there. The hearts. You can really make some neat looking designs with it. It has a tendency to fall back on itself. But you got to kind of guess where you think it's going to be at, where it's going to fall. Very interesting brush. Now, okay, so we got this out of here. I showed the speckle brushes. Yeah, the speckled. I showed the heart brushes in here. And there's the heart brushes. Now, look at this. So let's pick out a brush up here. There's a brush, and look here. This will duplicate what's done on one side on the other. And if you turn both of them on, a horizontal and vertical, pretty neat, huh? This is Krita. This is Krita. And this is only the ink brushes. I mean, there's all kind of brushes in here. There's the sketch brushes. They delete everything. Here we'll get a black sketch brush and get it out. And I'm still going 4 ways. I'll leave it on the 4 for the moment. You can make drawings look like paintings. We'll load up, I know what we can do. This will be fun. No, we don't want to save that. Let me load up a picture here. I've got one of, I found one of Bethany that I used in the thing. Here's Bethany, and we'll undo those lines there. We'll take and put a text up there in the corner. We'll have to go to the toolbox. There's the toolbox. Do a text. We want to put a text in right here. We want that text to say Bethany Myer. Bethany Myer. And if you tell it save it, it automatically puts it up on top. Then every change you take, it will change it. Say I want that in a red. So I go here and I pick out a red. Tell it save it again. Now to turn it into the red up there. If I've got to highlight it, say do it to this one here. And there it's in red. I want a bright red though. And let's take that and turn it into a bold. And we'll change into a... It'll be fun there. That'd be fun. And make it much, much larger. And there it is. I think I can actually take it up that large. And let's center them. So you go off to the right, center it, or off to the left. We'll center it. And there it is. Now once you close it, then you can move it around like you want to. We'll take it from there and move it down a little bit. Now we can take her image down here. We'll take this image and we're going to apply a layer above it. We're going to take this image here and we're going to go up to filters and turn this into a painting. We'll use brushify. It just is the nature, is the way it is. But if you see the face changing, it's changing into a brush stroke. Now I tell it, okay, apply it. It will apply it to, now I tell it, okay, apply it. It will apply it to the drawing, this layer here, that blank layer I made. And we'll pick out a canvas. There's a canvas. and there's canvas. Now to make that so you can see through it, you have to come up here to filter, you go to colors, and you turn the white and the alpha. Then back off on the translucence, on the opacity. And it looks like a piece of canvas now. She looks painted on a piece of canvas there. This is a real quick demo, and I got to show you a couple brushes. Got to show you something really quick with a image, what you can do to make it look like a painting on a piece of canvas. And I think I'm going to call this a video, because I plan on doing a series on this Krita. I'm not incredibly familiar with it, so this will be good for me to learn more. I got really into using Krita a couple years ago, and I got away from it, and now I'm back again. So I've got to really learn on my fine tunes in here, and there's several different layouts. So there's your toolbox, there's your presets, your color wheel. You can pick the type of color wheel you want. There's your histories, your different layers you have, and I'm trying to, oh, here it is, there it is, I think. I better get away from that. I don't know what I'm doing there. Look what I did. Oh my God. You can do different layouts. I'll bring it right back with this layout, because you can go to the workspace. Whether you want to do an animation, you want a big paint. That's the big paint. You've got another workspace that's a big vector. You've got a minimal. This is kind of neat, because when you're drawing with this one, there's other ways to do this also. But when you're drawing here, watch, that'll tip your image. You can tip the image whatever way you want to when you're drawing out, damn it, at the right angle. And of course, it zeroes it out. You also can do that with the other, but I don't. But to be real honest, I don't know right now. I don't use these that much. I usually use the default. There's the minimal. Let's see what else we got here. Workspace. I'm gonna go to the big paint. I like the big paint. Same as with GIMP. You push down the space bar, and you can slide your image where you want to. And I do know there's a way to turn that. We'll have to do it next time. We'll be doing that next time. I think that's the backup, what you do to your image, to go backwards and to go forward. We'll play with more of these tools next trip. This is enough for the first video. Take a look at this program. It's free. You can download. I think that's the backup, what you do to your image, to go backwards and to go forward. We'll play with more of these tools next trip. This is enough for the first video. Take a look at this program. It's free. You can download it on Windows, download it on Mac, and on I think there's even one that you can buy for your iPad and that, but I don't think it's a free ride for iPad. But for Windows and Linux and Mac, it's a free program. Hey, you have a good day. If you enjoy this and you want to watch more of these videos on Krita, tell me especially, hey, do some of this Krita stuff for us. Hey, if you enjoy this video, like, subscribe, and click on a link above. Thank you.